and just we would definitely like to hear from your side that what are the feedbacks, what are the things, what are the areas which needs to be improved. So this is a conference evaluation form which is available in your respective kits, which you can fill and you can submit at the registration desk. Whatever the areas you like to us to improve on, anything you want to suggest on, so please fill this form and submit to the registration desk. So in continuation with the next thing, I would like to welcome Professor J.P.N. Mishra from School of Life Sciences, Central University of Gujarat, Gandhinagar. So I would invite Professor Mishra to join us and share your thought what he has.
A very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries present in front of me. I'm not familiar with many of the faces sitting here, except Dr. Dixit. Actually, I was a little bit late in getting information about this conference. Otherwise, I could have come with a little bit good preparation. I was on the way touring to North India with some academic deliberations. So that is why I could not come well prepared. But anyway, I am thankful to organizers that they have invited me to share my views with all of you. I will start saying few things regarding the multidisciplinary tradition and characteristic which is prevailing nowadays. When I was a student of high school, that is 10 plus 2 plus 3, you must be knowing. So at that time, we were having two disciplines. One was the biology and one was the physics chemistry group, and others the arts and commerce, like that. See how multidisciplinary comes into action later on after a decade. Now high school constitutes all the subjects across the country. That is one example of multidisciplinary. Then when I come to the post-graduation, in way back 1976, I did my MSc in zoology with a specialization in physiology. That time in MSc, all these subjects were there: microbiology, entomology, fisheries, cell biology, cytology, genetics, microbiology, physiology, all the disciplines were there. Later on, you know very well, after a long down to the line, you will find that now each discipline has its own post-graduation and independent research. In fact, what I wanted to tell you, to share you, I think Dr. Jha has stolen my material, what I have thought it. So now you have independent disciplines in all these areas. Now coming to the very precise way, because my discipline is human physiology, and to say it's a mere coincidence that I'm also working in the neurobiology. And my research work is basically, and many of the times, most of the times, it was in vivo experiments. Whatever I have done on human beings or animals. Now, to say about physiology, which is my discipline, and which is one of the disciplines prevailing across the country in the field of biology, if you take an example of physiological experiment, suppose you want to study the quality and quantity of sleep. For that, I have done a lot of work. I am executive vice president of Sleep Society of Asia. So, for example, sleep, which is very much required for all of us. If you don't have proper sleep in a night, the hangover will be there for the whole day. Your mood, your activity, your attitude, your creativity, all will be hampered somehow. You will not be knowing that it is because of that lack of sleep. So sleep is such an important phenomenon. Anyway, so if you want to study the quality and quantity of sleep, it's a matter of physiology. Sir, it's a matter of physiology. But if you want to study this quantity and quality of sleep, you require lot of things. You require a subject, you require a biological parameters to study the quality and quantity of sleep. For that you have to have a sleep lab. And if you have to have a sleep lab, you will require the paraphernalia, the whole instrumentation system which is observing the sleep. So to recording the sleep, the only way to get the quality and quantity of sleep. And to record the quality, to record the sleep for the overnight, or say 5 to 6 hours of sleeping hours, you need a help of bioinformatics, a biophysicist, which will assist you in taking the record of sleep, because a physiologist cannot take the record of sleep. You are well aware of a simple phenomenon. If you go to a doctor suffering from any acute or chronic disease, he will write you some test. Instantly, आप ये टेस्ट करवा लो, ये टेस्ट आप करवा लो. Now that test goes in the arena of a technician, and that technician is working with a different qualification and experience. He is from instrumentation, he is from biotechnology. Now, can you imagine? This is a clear picture of interdisciplinary research. And if you go for if there is a prescription which is asking for a profile of neurotransmitters, profile of hormones, then clearly you are going towards the arena of biochemistry. And again, if you go a little bit deeper, you will find that circumstances are compelling you to, if you have few months back, I was suffering from vertigo. I contacted a doctor, physician. He said, better you show to the neurologist. I went to the neurologist. The neurologist asked me to go for some biochemical test, and better you consult a biochemist. Then I went to biochemist. Then biochemist prescribed me several tests, including vitamin B12 and the blood function and CBC, etc. Finally, when every test was done, they couldn't come to the conclusion, and then they said you go for MRI. Then I went to MRI. Now look at, I started with a simple vertigo problem, but now I landed up to the MRI, which is not the discipline of, neither it is discipline of neurologist, neither it is discipline of biochemist, neither it is discipline of physician, neither it is discipline of surgeon. Now here comes the whole thing. I mean, the picture is that you have to have a multidisciplinary approach. You are looking at the Nobel prizes in the field of physics, in the field of chemistry, in the field of biology, in the field of medicine, you will notice, you might be aware of this fact, you will notice that it is a group of scientists which are working in different fields at different places. Their results were combined together to come to the conclusion which is significantly beneficial for the human being. Now the problem with us is, in the same department, if there are 4 professors or 5, Dr. Jha and other senior people might be knowing, there are 6, 7, 8 people working in the same area, in the same department in the department of technology, in the department of life science, in the department of chemistry, there are 4, 5 professors working in the same school, in the same department, but they don't share their information to each other. This is the agony of Indian scientists. This never happens in abroad. I have been to many countries. I have never seen. There is a project, and we have to start. We have to take a new start, friends. That if we want to transfer the technology in the terminology of lab to land, we have to learn this culture. That we should share whatever I am doing, I can share with Dr. Jha. Dr. Jha can share the same thing with another colleague who is working in a different area, but of the common interest. This should be the practice, and I think this is the aim behind organizing this type of conference. Only if we want a success in real sense, it's not the situation that we are not doing research, but the situation is that we are doing research in fragmentation. In our school, I am citing the example, few students are working on the cancer biology, treatment of cancer, the pathophysiology of cancer, the treatment of cancer, the mechanism operating behind the originating of the cancer and getting its treatment. Very good research are going on. But what is going on, what is ultimate is that the student completes its PhD, the experimental work, whatever conclusion he has done, it is kept in his thesis, maybe added in his CV, but now it is in the thesis. That's all. If the same thing could have collaborated with the person who are working really in the hospital. Now, the person who is working in the hospital, he is having the historical and symptomatic effect of cancer. What is the effect of cancer on a patient? Now a person is working on the mechanism of cancer operating on the cellular level. वो सेल्स को हम पुणे से और दूसरे जगहों से हम परचेज करते हैं और उन सेल लाइंस पर दो लाइक लिवर सेल्स की जो सेल्स कार्सिनोजेनिक है, आई मीन those who are suffering from cancer, उनके ऊपर then we adopt some sort of biochemical compounds and see what is going on by using MTT, ROS and Western blotting techniques to detect the effect of the cellular mechanism. Now, the doctor is looking at the patient's symptoms and he is prescribing the medicine. Now, if he gets the information from these changes taking place at cellular level, that result can be transferred to the pharmaceutical industry. so that they can manufacture the appropriate drugs. Now, if the doctor gets this information that this particular pharmaceutical medicine is effective in this particular cancer, because the medicine is commercially produced because of in the light of the mechanism operating, it will be easy for the doctor to treat the patient. So, friends, what I feel, and one more thing before I close it down, there are two types of research, qualitative and quantitative. Both are important. Both the researches are having its own importance. Qualitative research is much more important because if you will have the basic mechanism of operation, it will be easy to chalk out the strategy to combat a particular problem. But in case of qualitative research, it will give the picture of overall effect of anything which has been adopted. So both the qualitative and quantitative research should be taken into consideration. At the same time, there should be an appropriate link in between the researchers who are doing qualitative and quantitative research. With these words, I express my sincere thanks to organizers and particularly to Dr. Dixit and Dr. Mohit. I don't know the name of the people, but I am really thankful because they have picked a person who is quite unknown. I am unknown to Gujarat, I am unknown to Gandhinagar, but I feel that very soon I will be much more known to everybody. Thank you